Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The first channel that we're going to look at today is somebody who's been with us for several months now. It's a fairly new channel. Chia Tortilla is bringing a lot of video gameplay and really mixing up the different popular titles here. Their about page lets us know they're just a random girl trying to make at least one person smile every week. They certainly do that, and they're always engaging here in Superchat. They catch us frequently. So 89 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. It's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And this creator also has got some shorts that they've started with. These are approaching 500 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chia Tortilla. We'll get them closer to that first 100, and then you'll appreciate the support that comes back from them, because like I said, they're here with us frequently. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They happen to be a member as well, and they'll add some more to their description. They're letting us know in the chat. Those are the kind of things that can change over time. It's not a bad idea to refresh those things as well as your channel expands, especially if you pivot and start to add new types of content. Then, of course, for everyone, that can be helpful. Some people will read your about page when they get to your channel. They really do want to see what to expect after they've watched one video, or if they've connected in a place like this here in Superchat. So hopefully everybody's doing okay. Welcome everyone. Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, and Kristen Welton, of course, are all on the wheel. They're beloved and dedicated moderators, some of the most supportive creators that we have here in our Superchat family. They've all been here from the beginning. Canadian Family Life and Rushing Wind Mountain are both longtime friends as well. And I see lots more channels in the chat. And I think Amplified Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherries in the house. Blessed to Crochet is here. Comic Journey is with us, and Jevin Richardson is here for almost every stream. Roadkill Gaming Jory's a longtime friend. Scratch Master, good to see you here. Street Poet 973EO is a channel I'm still getting to know, and today with Nikki is back in the house. I know I missed another channel. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are here, fellow Canadians as well. So hopefully everybody is ready to meet some new friends today. And then thank you so much, Jevin Richardson. Yeah, the song Bliss is the one that we use for our intro, our breaks, our extra on the live stream. And there's 3 different versions of that song on our copyright-free music channel. For anybody who hasn't already seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Superchat is available as copyright-free music you can use in your videos and live streams. And it's available on all major music platforms and all major social media networks as well. So when you're making Instagram Reels or TikTok videos or YouTube Shorts, the music's available there as well. Canadian Family Life is coming up right now. We'll see what they got going on for today. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. King 916 is here from Sacramento, and thank you, Jevin Richardson. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, and I see that we've got Canadian Family Life up here. This is another, obviously, fellow Canadian. Actually, Tiffany and her husband both have separate channels. One of the biggest complaints, or the biggest complaint that I've gotten on YouTube over the last 7 years is that, why is it so difficult for us to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members supporting each other wholeheartedly, like some of the couples of creators that we see here in the Superchat family, not necessarily married couples, but we've got a couple of cousins here, we've got other family members here, we've got other friends friends that have brought each other into the Tuber Chat family over the years. Canadian Family Life inspired her husband to start a channel, and we'll look at Chris's Creation Fun shortly. Thank you, Just Jason, Keto, and More. And Butler Family Farm's been added to the wheel. KP Heathen is in the house, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Comic Journeys here. And Canadian Family Life is, for lack of a better term, I group them in with the homesteading community of channels for a couple of different reasons. Canadian Family Life will bring us a little bit of a mix of indoor and outdoor content. It's mostly indoors here, but they're doing a lot of gardening, particularly container gardening. Then they're doing a lot of grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos. They're extremely supportive to other creators, and I believe that's the reason they're one of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family, now over 3,500 subscribers. Thank you, Just Jason, Keto, and More, for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We'll look at their channel next for that reason. When we look at, and pardon me, The Adventures of Traveling Mike, I've got you on the wheel now. When we look at pardon me, Canadian Family Life, you see from the thumbnails the different types of things that they're bringing to us, including Happy Meal and shoutouts for other creators. There's Tiffany, you might recognize her. We see her in a lot of other channels, actually. She's been featured in lots of other StreamYard panels. We'll see those soon. And then she got a homemade Reese's peanut butter cup video. Now, I ran this the other day, but I haven't watched it, so I'm going to put this in my catch-up list so I can go back over it. Our friend Just Jason, Keto, and More did a keto-friendly version of a video like this. I think this was a premiere, and I think I was there for it, as a matter of fact, and then I would have let it run out afterwards or rerun in my catch-up list, if I'm not mistaken. Just Jason, Keto, and More did a keto-friendly version of this, but it's great to see our friends doing videos that can help us with a lot of different things, whether it's healthy eating, healthy living, or even just saving money when it comes to things like being in the kitchen and this and that. So Canadian Family Life does all those things. As a matter of fact, you're going to see on their shorts videos a lot more outdoor content. These have gotten into 2,500 views, 2,800, one at 5,500, featuring some famous Canadian winter weather from New Brunswick there, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she's got a live stream coming up in a couple of days, and hopefully we'll catch that. The Birthday Boys celebration, and I see that that's on the 3rd at noon. And pardon me for a second, because I don't know if I've set a reminder yet for myself.
Okay.
Siri had a hiccup there for a second. So Canadian Family Life is also monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. And I hope everybody will help push them towards the 3,600 subscribers they're now thinking about. Let's look at Chris's Creation Fun. This creator started with some 3D printing, which I have a lot to learn about, and then as well moved into some do-it-yourself videos, including repairing that 3D printer and then working on some solar equipment. Here's Chris working on the grow light for the container garden we saw on Canadian Family Life's channel. And there's a few shorts here as well, and one of these is already into well over 300 views, so as they post more and more, they'll likely grow very quickly. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun as well. This creator's got now well over 100 subscribers, and it looks like they've got it locked in at 105. We'd love to push them towards the 200 we know they're thinking about. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Izzy Ska also gifted a membership, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And for that reason, we're going to look at your channel right after Just Jason, Keto, and More. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. And then right away afterwards, we'll get back to spinning the wheel. I see Comic Journey picked up one of those gifted memberships, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away, we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and after a long period of time, I will add a few names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Yellow Shirt Dad is also in the house. They need to be added to the wheel. We're going to talk about Just Jason, Keto, and more, and Izzy Scott in a moment. Aaron at Lawson is also here, and the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla are longtime friends as well. Very supportive creators. I've run into them countless times supporting others when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams. The Stock Explorer, Nora, is in the house. And I've got them on the wheel. They happen to be a member and a moderator here. And when we look at Just Jason, Keto, and more that's on the screen right now, this creator, like I said, gifted a membership, so we put their channel up on the screen right away. And I just mentioned the idea that he just did a peanut butter and chocolate video. I bought those ones the other day, finally at the store. Kristen and I yesterday went through a place and had those Choxo ones. It says Simply Better Chocolate, and they're marketed somewhat as like a keto-friendly kind of idea. And boy, did I not like those at all. Of course, Reese is very rich, right? Hershey's going to put all kinds of sugar and flavor into everything, whereas those things literally tasted like almost plain peanut butter with dark chocolate, and that's it. So it was kind of a shocking thing. But Just Jason, Keto, and More is teaching us how to make these very easily. Most of his recipes, all of his recipes, feature only a handful of ingredients. You probably have them in the house already, and they're very quick and easy to make. So he also does a lot of product reviews, and he can help us make sense of a lot of the ingredients we're going to find in products that are marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. UP Designs, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. You might be here for the first time, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description. Wheats Art is in the house. And then I'll continue with Just Jason, Keto, and More's content in a second. Comic Journey's just asking, what app would you recommend for channel analytics? TubeBuddy and vidIQ. So they just give you a little bit of information, but I've used them both. Now, I prefer TubeBuddy, and I pay for it on every channel. And I really do use it as my number one tool, especially when it comes to tags. One of the things that you can do, especially with TubeBuddy, is you can first of all get tag suggestions, which are very important. And then after a period of time, when your video starts to get a bit of traction, whether it's a short, whether it's a live stream or a video, you can then use TubeBuddy to automatically sort the tags based on which one's going to give you the highest search results for that term, if that makes any sense. You can look more into that stuff, and I have affiliate links, of course, for TubeBuddy in the description of every Tuber Chat live stream. So I hope you'll check that out. You can use the free version. I used it for a very long time before I decided to pay for it, and I only even did that because I just felt like making things faster, not necessarily easier. So free version of TubeBuddy does enough to get everybody going. There's Edna's World in the house. This is a creator who's part of our podcast interview series. I got together with a handful of creators now. Her episode actually comes out this coming Saturday, so 6 days from now. The full episode will be here, but I'll play you a clip from her interview soon. Edna's World has long passed her 10,000 subscribers, and she actually had the bulk of that long before even coming into the Tuber Chat family many years ago, but she's been with us all the way along, and especially lately has been making frequent appearances. Crystal Sparkle, good to see you in the house. I'm going to put you on the wheel right away. They happen to be a member. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. When we look at Just Jason, Keto, and More, we see he's now crossed his 3,000 subscribers. So I know he must be excited about that. He just put out a different type of video. This looks like this morning. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then typically he's going to bring us these recipes, product reviews, as well as a lot of guests on his channel. And they can be in the form of videos or live streams where he asks for their tips and tricks when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. They'll give us their life experiences. He's got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 5,000 and 6,000 views. There's a bit of a hint here about healthy looking or grilling shorts. And then I've seen this one at 22,000, which is entertaining, I'll tell you that right now. Then when we get into live streams, we see that Just Jason Keto and More is live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. It could be him and a guest. Either way, he's got a vibrant community that likes to engage with everyone when we have questions and comments in the chat. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. You'll also catch him for a cook-along live stream once a month or so, where he's got a multicam setup. Last time he brought out the Instant Pot, and he's done these kind of things a few times now. He's obviously over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He dropped a gifted membership today, so we put his channel on the screen right away. We're going to do the same thing with Izzy Ska right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, Chia Tortilla, that's unfortunate. Of course, disaster can strike for any of us at any time, just a corrupt file or a corrupt hard drive or any number of different things. So that's unfortunate. Heavens Fire 18, good to see you in the house. Blessed to Crochet said they did their first test thumbnail the other day. So if anybody hasn't already seen it, YouTube now gives us the ability on videos, traditional videos, to add up to 3 thumbnails at a time. And what it will do is push out equally those 3 thumbnails to the recommendation engine and see which one gets the best click-through rate, and then it will make that your default. Then you can override it and change things again. But that's a feature we've been dying for a year, and we're so glad that some people will call that ABC testing, but because they give us 3, we could almost call it ABC testing, and it's a wonderful feature. Anything we can do to be more efficient, and that's a fantastic idea that they've added, so I'm glad to know that people are testing that out. I bring it every day. Good to see you in the house. I was just on her premiere earlier. I think I caught the second half of it. I'm going to put Kelly onto the wheel right now. She's been a long time friend. And then Lucy Warren's World is also here. They've been here for just about every stream lately. They've just been with us a few months now. Izzy Ska is somebody who recently reset and restarted their channel, but they've already got 1,700 subscribers here. They're on every day. I think they're streaming literally every day. They post videos occasionally. And they've let us know on their About page, which they've changed up a little bit, that they're going to be focusing on a lot of digital art and software tools and tutorial kind of ideas, so that they can give us some help when it comes to the idea of creating these outstanding types of graphics, avatars, banners that they're so known for. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then in videos, they're typically bringing us animation or interesting visuals to go along with some music. Shorts on the channel feature random content. We'll see if they're going to post more of those. And then live streams, like I said, are just about every day. The conversation can go anywhere once they get started, but they give us an interesting title every single day as well. So Izzy Ska is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They and Just Jason Keto and More both gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and they've both done that countless times before. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Oh, and then Wheats Art. Yeah, I haven't had any trouble with that personally. I haven't used it on every video that I've produced lately on every channel that I touch, and the reason why is literally because of time, right? The time it takes to make those thumbnails. So I'm considering an idea. I probably shouldn't bother saying anything at all. I don't like to say I'm going to do something and then I end up not doing it, because I've done that a million times here before. But an idea, anybody could do this. Feel free to steal this idea. An idea could be to set up a gig on Upwork or Fiverr, if you know what those websites are. You're able to set work up that you would be interested in doing for other people. So let's say you enjoy making thumbnails, banners, and avatars, and you happen to be good at it. Then what can happen is you can go on these freelance websites, they're called. You can set up a job, like saying to somebody, hey, I'll make a thumbnail for your video for you. Or if you want to take it a step further, I'll make 3 different thumbnails for your video. And then you can charge any amount of money starting at US $5, $10, $15, something like that. Whatever you think the time is worth or what you can get from people. And I promise you, there are a lot of people out there who either do not want to or don't have the time to do all the things we need to do in YouTube. As a hint, half of my full-time gig is running social media and YouTube channels. I used to run more channels for more people. Now I just run a few channels for one person, but that's just because they're a hands-on owner, and I always want somebody who wants to be involved, not just pay me to do it, let's just say, but you could. So if you think about that, how much could a half of a full-time income be? You know, I certainly am not loaded and rich or anything like that, but I'm probably not going to starve tomorrow either. So it gives you an idea about how much money could be out there if you can find yourself somebody to do some work for, if you have the time and the inclination. But that's an idea. So I've thought about doing that myself, possibly putting a couple gigs out there, because I like that stuff. I don't have any time right this second, but it's an idea to think about. So we're going to look at Butler Family Farm, our stream boss right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I'm not sure if I said hello to Jody. Marketplace Boutique is on the wheel. The Stock Explorer, Doge to the moon, I hope so. Goldshell just came out with another miner that does merged mining between Litecoin, Dogecoin, and Bells. And, you know, I've got my older machines running right now. I'm experimenting with some crypto mining. A Superchat Cybertruck with a full wrap would be fantastic. Not to mention the new travel trailers that companies are coming out to go along with the Cybertruck, all futuristic looking and things like that. Butler Family Farm is up on the screen. So I mentioned the Stream Boss. That's the video game life meter under my camera there. Every Super Chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock them out and take over gets some extra exposure. Butler Family Farms held that position from the last stream. They've had it many times before. So this is Jerry and Susan. They have 116 acres of farmland to share with us. Typical homesteading type content. They bring us indoors and outdoors, both into their home and into the shop. They've got a lot of livestock here. They got bees on the farm. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and we get a chance to get to know Jerry and Susan and a lot of their friends. Between the different types of videos that they bring us, including looking after the livestock, looking after the farm, looking after their home, and Jerry sometimes working in the shop, these creators also head out onto the road, literally willing to drive hundreds of miles away to meet up with other creators, both in small groups as well as large. They've got shorts on the channel that feature more content in line with everything else they're doing here. 12,000 views on a couple, 50,000 on one of them, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel happen every Monday at almost 7 p.m. Eastern. You can check your local time. They always start a few minutes early. I've got my notification on for the next one. I actually joined them a few months ago. I'll likely join them again sometime soon. As soon as I started saying my work weeks were going to start to settle down a little bit, I was mistaken. It's actually the busiest time of the year for us this year. A lot of some of you know I do some outdoor work during the week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. It actually takes me away from the computer a lot of the time. But we didn't have a lot of commercial work up until this month. And between August and now September, we're pretty booked up. So hopefully right after September, I can start getting around to more channels again on StreamYard panels. I always enjoy doing that. It doesn't have to be YouTube. Most often we'll talk YouTube for a couple hours. But in the case of Butler Family Farm, we might be talking about homesteading and the different things that they do on their farm. When I dig through the thumbnails on their live stream streams, you'll see you'll be introduced to a lot of different creators because they do a lot of StreamYard panels here, and they head out on the road to give us live streams from some of the largest meetups, like the Mid-America and 10 Killer meetups, the Ozark meetups, and things like that. Hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. We'd love to push them towards their next milestone. They're here with us just about every single day. I see Florida Claimers Ted coming in. And what we're going to do right now, or in one moment, is take a break for 3.5 minutes. And pardon me for 1 second, because I thought I was prepared, and I wasn't quite, but we'll get our act together in a second here. What we're going to do right now is go on a break for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our interview podcast series I was talking about. Edna's World was in the chat earlier. Her episode of this interview series comes out this Saturday. These are conversations that I've had with creators in an interview style where I ask for their opinion and tried not to give too much of my own, to really hear what they have to say. The conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long, and all of the creators featured have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build, and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it.
Yes.
But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal, that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean, you know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage,
yes,
and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too.
Yeah.
Each person, yes, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. I forgot to spin the wheel before we went there, so I spun it in the background, and Yellow Shirt Dad came up. This is Gene. This is somebody who loves bringing a smile to everybody's face, and they're always smiling and laughing themselves. They bring us the joke of the day in a lot of their shorter videos that they've been posting lately, and you'll get an idea about these. It's usually a couple times a week. He's been doing a few different types of videos. I see he's got one coming up in a few days here that is an air show video, which is interesting. We got the air show going on at the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto this weekend as well. I won't get a chance to get out there, but it's cool to have videos like this. I see he's got a few different types of things. This is really cool. I like when cities, I'm assuming it's the city that did this, but I like when big cities, hire artists to try to clean up some of the things around the city so that we're not just looking at concrete and steel all the time. So that's a cool video. I'll be looking forward to seeing that. We've got a lot of that around Toronto and even Niagara Falls. When we look at Yellow Shirt Dad, we also see, so Gene has got a lot of short videos on the channel, but he also has a lot of videos that are appropriate for connecting. What I'm talking about is videos that are 3 minutes or longer. We're always looking for those. Very important that we watch the video from beginning to end while we're connecting. Very important that the video is 3 minutes or longer. He's got plenty here. Even a month ago he did a 9-minute video, and then if you dig through his older content, you'll find a lot of instances where he's taken us outdoors, given us a look around his area, and jokes to go along with that as well. Shorts on his channel have gotten into 5,000 and even 8,000, halfway to 9,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams on Gene's channel here, Yellow Shirt Dad, have gotten into 3 weeks ago even. So he's been live a few times. Hopefully we'll catch him for either some indoor or outdoor content. I know he's been featured on Legal Minded Friends Karen Quoll. I caught him in a StreamYard panel not too long ago, and one of the things I noticed about Yellow Shirt Dad when they first came into the Tuber Chat family a couple years ago is that they were instantly collaborating with others and building friendships with other creators. It's one of the things I enjoy most. Most people will say that their favorite thing on YouTube is the friendships that are made, and I absolutely agree. But I also find it heartwarming, to be honest with you, when I'm in different channels. It doesn't have to be just here in Tuber Chat, and I see people having conversations. You can tell that creators are building friendships between each other, a lot of inside jokes between them and things like that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Yellow Shirt Dad, and if you dig through the internet and YouTube far enough, you might even find Yellow Shirt Dad with not a yellow shirt, as a matter of fact, but I'll leave it to you to find that. Let's spin the wheel again. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I see Paper Bag Nomad is in the house. Good to have you here. And Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. This is another friend who's been with us for somewhere between 3.5 and 4 years now. Ruby is the creator behind this channel. You'll see them mentioned by name in the chat a lot of the time. They got a premiere coming up right after Tuber Chat, actually, so that we know right after this live stream we will have fresh content on this channel. Now, Rushing Wind Mountain is over 4,000 subscribers, which is great to see, and I believe the biggest reason for that is because the creator behind this channel is out supporting others all the time. They're here in Tuber Chat for every stream, and I know not everybody can be. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours at a time every time we stream, so I do appreciate every moment. But Rushing Wind Mountain seems to be everywhere all the time, supporting other creators, and I'm always happy to see that as well. What they bring to us, pardon me, for content on their channel is pleasing audio and pleasing visuals, featuring a lot of nature and wildlife from the Pacific Northwest. They give us more insight on their About page. I'll leave it to you to read that. But when we get into shorts, this is where we're going to find a lot more of the wildlife here. Their typical videos will feature a lot of pleasing audio and visuals featuring nature, but the wildlife truly comes to life. When we get into the shorts videos, you'll find some humorous moments if you go through enough of these. 11,000, 12,000, even 16,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they've experimented a lot with these, both in the horizontal or landscape format, and then as well in the vertical or portrait format as well. And they've had some great success drawing in extra viewers and probably subscribers from some of those vertical live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. We'd like to push them towards the 4,300 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about. Next, we're going to look at our friend Kelly, another creator who's been with us for what I think is beyond 3 years. I Bring It Every Day is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And when we look at I Bring It Every Day, we see that this creator's now crossed their 2,000 subscribers, and it looks like they've got it locked in as well, which is great to see. They're monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. Driving Daily, good to see you in the chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. When we look at I Bring It Every Day, we're going to see a lot of variety, but I have most often found this creator either working on fiber arts or fiber crafts, or hanging out in different garage sales or thrift sales. Why am I not remembering what they're called? Flea markets. Flea markets I see Kelly at all the time. I think they were doing, I thought they did a cooking video the other day. They've got, that's a review. Yeah, they got a few things on their channel. They do a lot of different variety, even beyond what they talk about on their About page. I think she's posting every day too, as a matter of fact. If you look at the channel, it seems to be between video shorts and streams. I think she's got something up every day. Quiet listener, yes, we see you again. Yeah, we're always probably going to see you here in Tuber Chat. It's rare that channels are not seen. If anybody is ever watching and can't get into the chat, just send a message to either myself or a moderator on Instagram. It's usually a common glitch, easy to fix. If anybody's having trouble with that kind of thing on other channels where you feel like you shouldn't be banned but you can't seem to chat, then just send me a message. I'll let you know what's up with that. Short Bus Pull Up, good to see you in the house. And when we look at I Bring It Every Day, we see that there are shorts on this channel as well. And these feature either outdoor content, some indoor stuff. It's kind of in line with everything else that they're doing on the channel. Look at these view counts, 7,000. I never did this yet. I always thought I should just do it. I know there's a million hibachi grill videos. I've never been to one of these restaurants, but we have them all over Toronto, and I should be able to find one to go to, probably Niagara Falls as well. And then almost 9,000 on one of these as well. Just Jason Keto and more will like that video. Then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's on just about I don't want to say every day, a few times a week, but she's been featured on other people's channels a million times as well. And the conversation can go anywhere once they get started here. I see they did karaoke the other day with one of our friends, Pendar, and I'm sure there's other familiar faces in there. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Bring It Every Day. I lose track of how long some of our friendships have gone on. I think they've been with us at least 3 years. I know I keep mentioning that. But I just want everybody to understand what kind of support you can expect back from some of the creators that I've known or we've known for all this time. And then Paper Bag Nomad, thank you for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens. So we'll do that right now, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Paper Bag Nomad is a channel I'm still getting to know. I see Chef Mama Bliss came in. Cliff Hefner's a longtime friend as well. So I've got Chef Mama Bliss on the wheel now. Cruising Koozies is also here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to say hello, saying hello to everyone. So Paper Bag Nomad is a channel I'm just getting to know. They've just been with us a couple of times, maybe a few by now. I'm just going to have a look at their videos here, and I'm going to take one of your latest, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content. And if anybody wants to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators that way. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So when we look at Paper Bag Nomad, I'm just going to dig through their about page here. It looks like they got a little bit more to talk about on their about page to introduce us to what they're going to be doing. They got some really cool thumbnails here. I wonder if you're using AI for these or if you're creating those. I'm just curious to know because they really are outstanding. When we get into shorts videos, this is really cool. I may not have seen this before, but this is really interesting to see what Paper Bag Nomad is doing here. And like I said, this is a channel I'm just getting to know. So lots to be learned on this channel. They're working on 900 subscribers, which is great to see, and hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I don't know if I ever noticed that quiet listener. That's probably why even I've had trouble. I usually copy and paste everybody's name while I'm here, but we search, find, and click on everybody's name in the chat. But quiet listener, yes, they're just missing one E in there. It's funny how our eyes play tricks on us. I've seen Quiet Listener. They've been a friend for a couple of years at least as well. We've seen them probably 100 times, and I may not have caught that before. When we look at the wheel, it's time to spin. Thank you again, Paper Bag Nomad, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, and Comic Journey is coming up. They picked up a gifted membership today. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Comic Journey, we see another channel I've still got to get to know a little bit better. I've only seen a few videos from this creator right now, but when we look at the About page, they've really done a good job of giving us a lot of detail here. So this is an important aspect of YouTube. Anything that YouTube gives us that gives us a chance to enter content or data or whatever we want to call it is a great idea, because it tells YouTube how to catalog both our channel and our content. So my recommendation, of course, for everybody is to fill out the About page even over time. If it's not fully filled out right now, that's fine. Just add a sentence every week or every month whenever you get a chance. You'll be surprised how fast time flies and how quickly you can get that set up. Don Wee and Summerfan, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description for how creators can connect with each other. We're going to talk about Comic Journey's content in a second. One of the recommendations I have for newer channels here in TuberChat, whether you're here for the first time or if you've only been here a few times before, the best success here is found in making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them first with all the things we wish they would do for us, knowing that after we do for them, they will do those things for us. Our instructions are always in our video description for exactly how to connect and exactly how this stream works. But a lot of channels that have been here many times before will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat. They might say hello, They might start a conversation, but they might not connect right away because they're making a judgment call based on watching what you say to other people in the chat. This goes for everybody. Before they will connect, to decide whether you might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before connecting. So sometimes people are in the chat and they're just talking about their own channels. I got a video coming up, I got a premiere, I did something yesterday, which is fine. We want to limit the self-promotion because you can get timed out, banned, or worse on other channels for too much of that. So we just want to instill good habits here. But a lot of creators will be reading that and watching that. They're determining whether you might be loyal and dedicated as a supporter as opposed to being worried only about your own channel. I promise you, the more you do for others, the more will be done for you. So you hear me say it regularly, but we literally here live with generosity at the forefront of our mind. The idea is we have to be willing to give much more to other people than we expect to get back. I know it doesn't sound fair. Life's not fair. But I promise you, if you can do that, you will find people supporting you in all the different ways you wish for, far beyond the different amounts, if we want to call it that you might have expected. So Comic Journey is talking about their comic book hobby and the fact that they're sharing this with their son now, and they're sharing it with us as well through their video. So like I said, I've still got to get to know this channel a little bit better, but they've got shorts here that have gotten into 3,300, 6,500 views. Lots of pop culture here, as we would expect from a channel named Comic Journey. And then I see they've got a couple of live streams ready to go as well. I've got my notifications on for those. We're selling, we're setting notifications for everything that we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And then in the chat, hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves. Our moderators are all seasoned moderators. They've all been with us here for several years. They're all well versed in what they're doing, so we can let the moderators moderate. Sometimes you'll see people that come in to Tuber Chat, usually briefly, that either may not understand what we're doing. They could be younger creators, or there could be other things going on, and then they may not be here for a long period of time. That's another reason why I recommend to everybody not necessarily to jump on every channel that you see the first time you see them. Give it, I would recommend giving it a few days or weeks, actually, unless they reach out to you first, just because you want to see if Tuber Chat and what we're doing here is actually something that they will enjoy or want for their channel, if that makes sense. And really, I'm going back to the word generosity. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully everybody's taking these hints. We don't do any moderators here. We only have a small handful of moderators. You'll see that. Absolute McGregor, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Hannah Rebecca, good to have you back as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Comic Journey, we just talked about. And Ben Bacon Bits, I just put you on the wheel. Forgive me, I missed your question there. Let me see if I can scroll back and see what you had to say about thumbnails. Still too new to so much of this. Why? Oh, what do people use to make thumbnails? So Canva, let me just pull it up for a second here, is something that I recommend. I'm actually a Photoshop guy, but I use Canva for inspiration, and I have used it to design some things. If we go over here and search and just look for YouTube thumbnail, you're going to find likely that there will be a lot of inspiration here. Am I logged in? I might be logged in. Not yet. When we look through here, if I search properly, oh, pardon me. If I can get this to happen the way that I want, which I can't seem to. If we search for, it's popping me up with a million different things here. If we search for YouTube thumbnail, now we're going to find a lot of different templates here, you see, and you can just change the colors in these very easily and make these yours. You'll recognize some of these, like this one here is very popular. if it wants to let me click, which it doesn't. But anyway, I'm sure you see what I mean. So what I'll do, I'll put the name of that website in the chat. Canva, it's called. And they make a app as well for iPhone and Android that can make things easy for you as well. So that can give a lot of inspiration, whether you use Canva to design the stuff, which is free. By the way, they add plenty of stuff for free. And lots of people, I think, can do everything they want with Canva without ever having to pay for it, actually. So free pictures is stock cake. There's a million stock websites out there. I use Graphic River or the Envato system. There's Adobe, there's iStock Photo, there's all kinds of them, Pexels and other things. So these are examples, and feel free to check those out. So what we're going to do right now is take another break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our interview podcast series. And these are conversations, like I said, that I've had with creators that have been friends of ours for several years. All of these conversations go on from an hour to 2 hours, and I really did ask the creators their opinions. These interviews came out far better than I imagined before I even started the idea of the series, because they came up with so many ideas I wasn't even expecting, and you'll find that when you watch the full episodes. The 4th is coming up this Saturday, 6 days from now, and the first 3 episodes are already up in full. So I'm going to play for you a clip right now. We'll go on a break for 3.5 minutes. Keep in mind, all of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion with you.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like that what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video.
Okay.
We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great, but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. All right, we're just about back. I spun the wheel before we went on that break. We're looking at Hadgway's channel now. This is one I'm still getting to know. I really got to spend a few minutes and sit and watch some videos because I'm getting behind with a few creators here. Hadgway's is bringing travel, and they've actually got a premiere coming up tomorrow. So that'll be in the AM for me. You can get your local time and set the notification, of course, when you get to the channel. And Ace Flaw 1, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. After Tuber Chat today, we're going to go and raid into our friend Jesse Miller unboxings and more. Luckily, one of our beloved and dedicated moderators, Michael's Adventures, reminded me that she's got a premiere. She usually runs at 3 o'clock Eastern, but she moved it so that it would be right after Tuber Chat. So we'll go and look at that. She'll give you another opportunity to continue meeting friends and family members. Her premieres usually run about 20 minutes. And April Showers Network is in the house. Chef Mama Bliss, I just put you back on the wheel. Over the course of the stream, I often, at least a couple of times, will take a few names off the wheel if somebody's not been here for a while, just so that we can get to some more channels. But our members and moderators will always be added to the wheel if they're here. So for any of our members that are not, that have not been seen yet, if you're still listening or watching, just be active in the chat, say anything at all, and I'll get you back onto the wheel. Ace Flaw 1, Andy's been with me for about 5 years now. Hopefully everybody will connect with Ace Flaw 1. Hadgeways, like I said, is a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. They've been here a few times now, actually. They've been with us, maybe it's 2 months already. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. They'll give you an idea of a lot of different places that they've taken us with their YouTube videos if we read their About section. And when we dig through some of the thumbnails here, we get an idea of the different types of places that they're bringing us, mostly outdoor content. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,200, 1,400, even 1,700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Up to a few weeks ago, we'll be probably expecting another one very soon. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. A couple of times during a stream, as a minimum, I'll go through the chat list and grab a name based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of our 3-hour stream. And that changes over time, of course. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures were recently added to the wheel, so the wheel has now chosen them, so we'll look at their channel. They're fellow Canadians, much like the Numismaniac, who's been an official member for 1.5 years, which means they've been with the Tuber Chat family likely longer than 2 years by now. They're from Edmonton, Alberta, and Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are from Medicine Hat, Alberta. And we'll have a look at what they've got going on. The Numismaniacs being added to the wheel. Crystal Sparkles gifting 5 memberships right now. Andy will be happy to have that. Paper Bag Nomads, fairly new. They'll be happy. Cliff Hefner's a longtime friend. TNT Adventures. I'm not sure how many times they've been here before, and String will likely be happy to have that as well. The Numismaniac dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They've done that countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. So we're going to look at Crystal Sparkle next, and then the Numismaniac, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We are moving pretty fast again today. And you'll find that those notifications for those gifted memberships sometimes are so great that a couple of people will come into your chat that weren't already there if they receive those. But Ace Flaw 1's already here. I got him on the wheel. We'll talk about Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And when we look at Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, like I said, these are fellow Canadians from Medicine Hat, Alberta. When we see their channel, they're now over 3,600 subscribers, which is great to see. I'm hoping we can get that locked in and push them towards 3,700. They're going to be thinking about, I see they got a brand new trailer video, it looks like. I'm just going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what you've done with that video. They mostly bring us outdoor content as a vlogging channel, and they take us on lots of different adventures, usually outdoors. They bring us into their home to give us a chance to get to know them as well. But you get an idea from some of the thumbnails here. They'll take us to hockey games. They'll take us to classic car shows. They've got some drone footage to share with us and lots more outdoor content, including shopping trips and just about anything you can imagine when it comes to a vlogging channel. When we get to shorts over here, we see that they've gotten into almost 3,000, over 5,000, almost 6,000, and almost 7,000 views, which is great to see. and they feature more variety when we get into live streams. They've been off for a while, but they do a Sunday Fun series, so that restarts today. And every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, they're going to be live. So right after Tuber Chat today, they'll be live. We're going to raid into Jessie Miller unboxings and more. She's got a premiere, and then Mike and Rihanna's Adventures will still be on after that. They typically give us a chance to get to know them, and we've hung out with them countless times before. They get involved in a lot of other channels. Mike's also a travel agent now and brings us a bit of travel-based content. Rihanna's Life Adventures is another channel from these creators where we get to know Rihanna a little bit better, and she's focused on both indoor and outdoor videos, taking us on adventures, bringing us into her home to cook or give us a chance to get to know her, some life updates. She's got shorts on the channel as well. Of course, we see Mike there with her, and then live streams on the channel as well. They've simulcasted some of their previous live streams, and Rihanna's known to have StreamYard panels as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, both of their channels. They got another one as well, but I'll let you find it when you get there based on weather and storm chasing. And then Crystal Sparkle is coming up right now. She gifted a handful of memberships. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I see Chef Mama Bliss says they've got a niece in Alberta as well, where a couple of our Canadian friends are, like the Numismaniac we're going to see next. And I have not been there. What we find in the Canadian provinces is they seem to be a lot more farther spread and more difficult to get to. If you want to drive, let's say, even from Toronto to Winnipeg, which is in the next province over, not even getting into Alberta, it's, I don't know if it's 14 hours or something like that. Flights in Canada, we don't have the same thing that like our European and American friends have, where for barely over $100 you can just fly from state to state or province to province and things like that. For us, it is fortune. Well, our taxes are just out of control, especially when it comes to things like flights and shipping. There's a few things about Canada that finance is a big issue for. Pardon me just for 1 second, and we'll be right back. When we look at Crystal Sparkle, pardon me, we see another creator who's been making frequent appearances here. Pardon me, when we see Crystal Sparkle, we see another creator who's been making frequent appearances here. Now over 1,100 subscribers, which is great to see. We'd love to push her towards the 1,200 we know she's thinking about. When we look at the channel, we see she's got quite a few new videos over the last couple of weeks. Actually, I'm behind, so I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up. She's always taking us out for outdoor adventures. Yeah, lots of other people featured in her videos as well. Seems like she's always having a good time. Shorts on the channel as well. I've gotten into 3,300, even 17,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Even up to a few days ago, they were bringing a few of these. So hopefully we'll see another one soon. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Gloria's Platter, our dear friend, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And wow, yeah, I'm always happy to see fundraisers and things like that where money is raised for needy causes and things of that nature. So that's good news, Crystal Sparkle. Cliff Hefner picked up one of those gifted memberships, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. The Numismaniac is another fellow Canadian, and they're actually from Edmonton, Alberta. So we'll see what they've got going on their channel now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And thank you again. Crystal Sparkle gifted 5 memberships earlier. Incredibly generous thing to have done. I'm sure the recipients are always happy to receive those on any channel, and I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support here. The Numismaniac also put a super chat into the chat for us. They've done that countless times before. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They just said in the chat they took a break for a couple of weeks, moving a few things around and this and that, but I noticed that they seem to have wrapped up their Canadian coin challenge, at least for the moment. They had this thing going on where what they would do is put a challenge out every day and give people the opportunity to go out and basically do some research and find the answers to the questions that they've asked, and then they have prizes on the channel in line with what they're talking about, which is typically numismatic collectible coins, precious metals, and other collectibles of value. When you get to the channel, you're going to find the Skipper. There he is right there. He does a lot of live streaming, actually, and he's got a community that usually joins him for some of these StreamYard panels, talking about more collectibles of value and prepping and precious metals and things like that. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 800 views and beyond, featuring some famous Canadian winter weather there, and then one of these has gotten over 1,700, and I think that Shorts video is still trickling in views. Actually, I remember when it was at 1,500, 1,600, and now 1,700 as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Numismaniac. They've crossed their 1,000 subscribers, which is an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. I'm hoping we can get them a few extras today so that they can keep that 1,000 locked in. We all know how YouTube likes to play games with our numbers here and there. And then the Numismaniac, like I said, has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for a long, long time now. They've been with us at least a couple of years. I'm not sure if it's 3 yet, but it's well over 2, I'm sure. Andy is coming up now from AceFlaw1. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. AceFlaw1, the creator behind this channel is Andy. We got a couple Andys in the chat, Backyard Truckers here too. I've got them on the wheel also. Andy from AceFlaw1 has been with me for well over 5 years now. This is one of the first creators that I met in the small YouTuber community. I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years. I've been on over 7 years now. But after a year or two, I started to meet some creators from the small YouTuber community, as we like to call it. And I was overwhelmed by the generosity of these creators willing to support each other, help each other's channels in all the ways that we do still to this day. And it's interesting, after 750 now episodes of Tuber Chat, AceFlaw1 is still coming by as often as they can. Often every day, actually, to support other creators. Now, I know not everybody can. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, even if you're just running the stream in the background. And the reason why I mentioned some of these things is just to give you an idea of the kind of support you can expect back from different creators here in the Tuber Chat family. You know, there are a lot of generous people out there willing to support each other years into the future. If we could all just meet each other, wouldn't that be wonderful, right? So hopefully everybody will connect with AceFlaw1. He brings us travel content. He took a trip to Italy most recently, but he's got videos that come out occasionally now. Always travel based or travel focused, and then shorts bring a little bit of variety, but he's gotten into 1,600 views on one of these, which is interesting to see. And AceFlaw1 is, like I said, a long time friend, and hopefully everybody will connect with Andy. They've got quite a bit of content here into the couple thousand views and beyond when we go through some of this travel based content. So let's also spin the wheel again. What we're going to do right now is take another break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, we'll put another clip onto the screen. Edna's World was here at the beginning of the stream today, and she is the creator featured in our latest interview that'll be up on Saturday. And this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Obviously, the thing about these interviews that I keep talking about is the conversations go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. But all of the creators have been longtime friends of us here in the Superchat family, all of them so far for 3 years or longer. So they very much know what we are going through and what we need to hear when we're thinking about gaining our 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. And it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Yes. Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to talk about Chef Mama Bliss, and this is another incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've actually been one of our longest standing members on the channel. So yeah, I know a few people are wondering. I've made minor changes to what we do here in Tuber Chat over the years, but we usually try to keep everything just about the same. I haven't been posting in advance lately. Part of the reason is because I've not been able to schedule even one stream at a time very well for a long time now. Just my work schedule and some family obligations have me with quite a full plate right this minute. But also, Tuber Chat is obviously overwhelmingly busy, and so while everybody is doing as much as they always have to help us, and it's appreciated, I've had to slow down some of the online promoting. Sometimes the chat gets so fast here, we can hardly read. And in a chat like this, it's not as important to try to build the live stream up and try to get 150 people or 200 people watching and things like that. I don't even know if we'd be able to do what we usually do if it did get that busy. So we've just kind of calmed it down a little bit. The streams have come out as pop-ups. I usually let the moderators know a day or two beforehand when the streams will be, if I can figure it out myself as well. And then they typically come up as pop-ups and have for a while. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead has a birthday coming up. I'm unsure of when we're going to stream next, as a matter of fact. As of today, I am expecting to struggle with the idea of even being able to stream again before the weekend. Pardon me. I will slip one in probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Maybe even Thursday if I have to, even if it has to be late. So we'll try to get one more stream in before Saturday's premiere. And we'll say we won't be on Friday then, as a matter of fact. I'll just say that now, and then we don't have to worry about it. Because Saturday will be a premiere. That will be the Edna's World episode of those interviews that I talk about. That one went on for almost 2 hours, if I remember right. And then that will run as a premiere, so everybody can still connect in the chat the same way we do here. But it will be very informative, so I hope everybody will come, bring a notepad or get your notes app open on your phone and be ready, because she gives a lot of insight. And Edna's World is somebody who's made occasional appearances in the Tuber Chat family over all this time, but she is also known as the person who inspired what we know as my YouTube BFF, Elevate with Vern, to have started her channel, which is now beyond 5 years ago. So lots there. And thank you, Butler Family Farm. Yes, I know a lot of people try to be here as often as they can, and I appreciate that. Black Guns and Gardens is another longtime friend for a few years now. But I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. It gets harder and harder as time goes on when we're following more and more creators, literally subscribing to dozens and eventually hundreds of channels. It becomes harder to support everybody as much as we might like, but as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, you see everybody is doing just fine. Channels are growing. Chef Mama Bliss is literally sitting at 500 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can get her a few more so we can get that 500 locked in. This is one of our longest standing members on the Tuber Chat channel, actually. So, over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And Chef Mama Bliss is going to bring us incredible work. Not only is this creator a professional chef, and as far as I understand, runs a catering company, but also an academy. So they share their knowledge with others and teach and inspire others to do some of the beautiful work that we see on their channel. So they only post occasionally, but they got some shorts here as well. These have gotten into 400 views and beyond. And then live streams. They've tried one of these a few years ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. We got notification bells on for every single channel that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So Cliff Hefner's been a longtime friend as well. I think they might have been with us beyond 3 years. They make occasional appearances here, but they bring variety in their content. A lot of outdoor stuff we see. Shorts on their channel have gotten into 10,000 and even 13,000 views, which is great to see, and you get an idea of the different outdoor content they're bringing to us. As far as live streams go, they've been starting to do more live streams lately. You can see they've been doing quite a few over the last month, and I caught them a month ago, just when they started getting into the habit of these. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one shortly. They just did one a few hours ago. And hopefully everybody will connect with Cliff Hefner. Pardon me while my allergies are getting on me again. Oh, for the life of me, I can't do anything to control these either once my eyes start itching. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Cliff Hefner. Like I said, a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family. Kristen from Bella's Whisper Farmstead is dropping a super chat right now, and I see another one coming in. So let's get Bella's Whisper Farmstead onto the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I should be doubling up Michael's adventures. Yeah, I was showing Kristen today the latest local honey, and I mean Kristen Welton, who was in the chat earlier, my girlfriend who I live with in Niagara Falls, as opposed to Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. They spell their name the same way, by the way. But I was showing her that the local honey that I most recently got is much runnier than a lot of the honey I've had over the last couple of years, even when it's local or raw honey. But I always put it in my coffee. And I did grab a extra large spoonful in this coffee today just to keep the voice going. But yeah, I probably will double up, especially now. So forgive me because I don't want to get into negativity or anything. It's not that, but just as a reminder, because it takes a lifetime of wisdom, dare we call it, to realize these things. But school starts for a lot of people. I think our American friends have already gone back to school. In Canada, a lot of the kids will be going to school starting on Tuesday. And about 2 weeks after school starts, it seems like everybody starts getting sick. So now we can do a better job with our vitamins, taking care of the different things we're eating a little bit better, get into our things like honey. Of course, this is not medical advice exactly, but it's something to be mindful of because it happens between every September and October. It happens to me too, and I desperately don't want to be sick or lose my voice right now. So the Stock Explorer, while that is an idea, no, it's not that I'm a connoisseur of honey or anything like that, but my understanding is, and I'm certainly no authority, that if you can get local raw honey from your area within, let's say, 25 miles or so, it's supposed to be better for you because the bees are pollinating the different plants and flowers that are in your area, the kind of stuff that's in the air. I'm allergic to everything, so goldenrod and ragweed and cats and dogs and dust and every other thing under the sun. So I have to take allergy pills like all the time. I just take over-the-counter stuff and it usually works. Fresh air seems to be the best thing to help. Whenever I'm like getting way too much with the allergies, I just go outside and go for a walk or a drive with the window down, and it often helps. But I try to get local honey from as close to my area as possible, although over the last couple of years, some of the stuff that I've had has been from either Ottawa or north of Toronto or the Niagara area and different places. So that's just an idea. Again, I'm not an authority. Our homesteading friends, like Bella's Whisper Farmstead, will be able to give us some more insight into that kind of thing. Our Louisiana Life, good to see you here. BH Road Studios is in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Short Fry's been here for a while now. And when we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, so this is an interesting take on homesteading because they want to talk to us about homesteading on a budget. And this is a channel I've really enjoyed because some of the videos that they've come out with, I wouldn't have like necessarily been expecting them, but they've done a really thorough job. So Kristen and Mike share the work on this channel. As a matter of fact, my favorite 2 videos on this channel, this one here, the tiny house tour that Mike did, and then this one here that I recently watched was Kristen talking about getting an entire cow. Lots of people do this. You don't have to be a homesteader to do that kind of thing. Even if you don't raise your own cow, you can get to a butcher if you're inclined to do that kind of thing. But I was really interested to see this, and she really laid it out thoroughly, as she usually does. I'm just going to grab the latest video, though, and they've got some wildlife on the homestead for us to check out. They got shorts on this channel as well, getting into 2,600 and 3,300 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they're on occasionally, so it looks like every 2 weeks or so. They might be doing another one shortly. So we got our notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So I know I mention this too often. Pardon me, for some reason I'm fascinated by tiny homes or tiny houses, but I think it's really because of the cottage type of aspect. I know not everybody has access to cottages and things like that. I don't typically right now unless I rent one and this and that, but it's an aspiration, let's just say, is to have property with some kind of small cottage-like ideas. And therefore I'm fascinated, but they did a really thoughtful and considerate job with that tiny house video on this channel. Let me get over here, but they're both dynamic creators as well. So this is what I'm talking about here. This is a video I really enjoyed watching. I had to run it twice and then finally watch it, but they just did a really good job. This is the kind of thing I think like I would take inspiration from this if I was lucky enough to be building something for myself, for my family to enjoy and things like that. When I was growing up, when I was a kid, some of my family members had cottages, so I was able to do that. Both of my sets of grandparents lived in retirement communities, but one of them was what we call snowbirds. So they would spend half the year in the United States in Florida, in Daytona actually, and then half of the year north of Toronto in what we call cottage country. We're lucky in Canada to have tons of water all over the place. So there's cottages within an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours from Toronto and farther. And I was lucky to be able to experience a lot of that when I was a kid. Carolina Diamond Productions, good to see you in the house. They were live earlier. And forgive me for all I miss in the chat, by the way. If anybody needs me to elaborate on anything, or if I've missed something important, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up. I do catch a little bit of what goes on in the chat, so I do see a lot of the kind words that people mention, and I do appreciate those. I just don't mention every comment because we're flying through channels. There's Jessie Miller Unboxings and more. We're going to look at her channel later when we finish Superchat. She's got a premiere coming up, and then we know at least Mike and Rihanna's Adventures will be live today. I'm unsure about other channels. Bella's Whisper Farmstead again dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For the same reason, Black Guns and Gardens is coming up now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead also is gifting a membership right now, as well as Black Guns and Gardens dropped another super chat. So we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. After a little while longer, I'll add another name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We still got well beyond an hour, lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen before we go over to Jessie Miller Unboxings and more for her premiere, but she'll let us continue connecting the same way we do here in these streams. So you'll meet more friends and family members for your channel while you're over there. Carolina Diamond Productions is dropping a super chat. Thank you for that extra generous support. We'll put your channel up on the screen right after our Georgia Suburban Homestead. I've got the Adventures of Traveling Mike back on the wheel. And then our Georgia Suburban Homestead is talking about needing watch hours. So they'll be willing to swap. Anybody that wants to do that can just say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. When we look at Black Guns and Gardens, this is going to be an interesting video to see. Black Guns and Gardens, let me read from their About page because they describe this in a specific way. On their channel, they'll take us on their family's journey to self-sufficiency through gardening, preparedness, and self-defense. So you got a few different aspects here, including a lot of homesteading content, a lot of ideas behind preparedness, which is where we get to this end of the US dollar video. I'm a huge fan of things like precious metals. I'm watching crypto right now. I have dipped my toe in the water, but I don't want to push anybody towards any particular thing. I think it's important that everybody understands all the different financial products that are out there and financial systems so that you can make the right decision for yourself and your loved ones and family and friends like this and things like that. But Black Guns and Gardens is going to help us with that. They're talking about some precious metals there, as well as jewelry can be used as a store of value in certain circumstances. There are pure, like 24 karat gold, anything from rings to necklaces to bracelets and things like that. And people use those, apparently, as far as I've heard, to transport wealth across borders and things like that. So I'll let everybody look into that. I Died NDE, Near Death Experience, is the second channel from our Georgia Suburban Homestead. We'll look at that in a moment. Jesse Miller's... Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has a premiere coming up after Tuber Chat in another hour. And then next Saturday's video should be at 3 p.m. I'm almost certain of that. But I'll try to get it up as fast as I can. It is not yet edited. I have to tell you, I really thought I was going to be ahead of the ball on these, and I'm way behind. But I'll try to get Edna's interview up as fast as I can, and I'll publish it in advance. So even if it's not until the end of the day Friday, or God forbid Saturday morning, if you check a few hours early, you'll be able to find the time for that. Typically for Tuber Chat, our busiest time is 3 p.m. Eastern, so it should be around that time. I think that's when I've dropped them earlier, and I will put a community post out for it at 9 a.m. that day, Eastern. So Black Guns and Gardens, is going to talk to us about preparedness, self-sufficiency, as well as self-defense. When you look through the shorts on this channel, you'll see some of these have really got a lot of views, getting into 2,800, 4,400, one at 6,400, and it seems more product reviews are doing well on this channel for those. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Black Guns and Gardens. They've long passed their 3,000 subscribers, and I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, and as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. So thank you again, Black Guns and Gardens. I know they just picked up a gifted membership as well from let me skip back and see if I can find that. Yeah, our Georgia Suburban Homestead gifted a membership. Carolina Diamond Productions picked that up. I think Black Guns and Gardens got one earlier. And they also dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. And our Georgia Suburban Homestead, with both of their channels, have contributed in these generous ways, for which I'm grateful. Carolina Diamond Productions will come up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we see more homesteading content. We had a influx of homesteading channels about 3.5 years ago start coming into the Tuber Chat family. It's a vibrant community that continues to grow. And what I find from these creators is a similarity and generosity in the forefronts of their minds, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here on our Georgia Suburban Homestead and put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And you get an idea of the types of content they're bringing us. A lot of outdoor content here, but they bring us inside to the kitchen as well. When we look at shorts, we see they've gotten into almost 500 views. One of the things you'll notice is a couple of these are probably moving, or pardon me, when you click on the different tabs, you get an idea of how some of these shorts videos might be very popular, and whenever you find numbers that are out of order, it means a video is getting a lot of views at that moment. So we'll keep our eyes open for that kind of thing. They've done 5,000, almost 6,000, and over 10,000 views on these shorts, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. So they might have StreamYard panels, stories to be told, a chance to keep up with our Georgia Suburban Homestead, and they've got a second channel. And we will look at that in a second here. And thank you again for that gifted membership and that super chat. Now, I Died NDE stands for... Oh, pardon me. It's easier for me to get to that. Oh, pardon me. Channel from here. Where on earth did that go? Is it here? No. Let me see if I can find this... through the search results here, and then maybe I'll just drop the link for it. So I Died NDE, the names on this has been changed slightly as well, but I'll drop the link here. And NDE stands for near-death experiences. And this creator's not just sharing their own. They're actually looking for other people to share their near-death experiences as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. And then as well, anybody can reach out to them. They'll give you instructions on their channel when you get there. They've got a short video here that they've started with and a few live streams already. One just a couple of days ago. So hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. I got notification bells on, of course. And Sam's Large Trains of More has come into the chat as well. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator, as well as our official longest standing member on the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sam's Logs Trains and More. We're going to look at Carolina Diamond Productions in a moment. We're going to take a break right now, but what we'll do, we'll make this a short one. We'll come back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Carolina Diamond Productions. This is another friend who's been with us for what I think is about 4 years. She's been really posting frequently. I think she's live every day. We'll have a look at those in a second. I meant to put another channel onto the wheel. We'll do that right this second. I'm going to get Cruz Bolero on there. A couple of times during the stream as a minimum, I make sure we get a couple of names on there. Based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. And I've got a chatbot called Streamlabs in the background that helps me keep track of that as well. I'm probably going to wipe a few names off of the wheel. If any of our members and moderators are still watching or listening that haven't been on the screen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat, and I'll make sure to get your name back on there. But usually towards the end of the stream, we start getting to more newer channels as well, which is great. So Carolina Diamond Productions bring us pure variety. This creator might be bringing us cooking, raising their puppies, giving us opportunities to connect with each other, but you can see a lot of delicious looking content, especially in the thumbnails that they're bringing to us here. And it's funny because I describe to people, like, of all the social networks, Twitter is the one that gets to me the most. And what I mean by that is these companies like, Meta, Facebook, and Google, YouTube, and all the other ones, TikTok, and everybody else, they have the best psychologists in the world working on how to get us to stay on the screen as long as possible. We know that they're all doing that to us, so as long as we know that, that's okay. But Twitter is the one that I get stuck on sometimes. I'll look on there to see either if something's true or, whatever Elon Musk is doing for the day or whatever. And I usually am only on there for a moment, or I only mean to be. I'll see things that trigger me, and it's usually politics, but it could be both sides. Or things like people falling off skateboards, or puppies and kittens playing with each other, right? All the things I've seen abundantly over the years. And it's funny how I can find myself not necessarily doom scrolling, like falling down rabbit holes or anything, but it's just the next post is just interesting, or somebody said something that I just feel like I need to read. Sometimes I have to literally say the word stop out loud, put the phone down, to remind myself, hey, you've been on Twitter for 10 minutes already, or 20 minutes, or whatever it is. The other day, I was on there for at least 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, I can't be spending time, just reading this nonsense. Carolina Diamond Productions. Let's have a look at what they got going on. They've got another video here, a workout actually, which is great. Great to see somebody healthy eating, healthy living. I'm going to put that video into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. Playlist can be a great tool for that. Carolina Diamond Productions also has up to 3,000 and over 4,000 views on their shorts videos, and lots of live streaming. So I think, they're on just about every day. I've been catching them lately a couple of times here. And like I said, they're on frequently. The conversation can go just about anywhere once they get started. But Carolina Diamond Productions has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter all this time. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is our longest standing member on the channel. Almost 4 years of membership. And most creators, whenever you see their length of membership, they're usually with you a bit longer than that too. So I certainly appreciate that. Let's spin the wheel. And Carolina Diamond Productions, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support again. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, it makes sense, Sam's Logs, Trains, and More. I mean, these things are designed to keep our attention, right? Especially in short bursts, whether it's YouTube Shorts now, Instagram Reels, TikTok videos, and stories that we've had for a long time and everything else. There's nothing wrong, with doing whatever you want, watching whatever you want, listening to whatever you want, this and that. I just, for myself, want to make sure that I'm mindful I remember the fact that, like, you know, these guys are trying to brainwash us on both sides. Not that I'm a fanatic or don't think I am, but I do try to think about the idea that they might be trying to put ideas in your head. They're showing you things meant to trigger you. Many of us, I mean, I'm sure everybody here has had conversations where your phone has been off. You might talk about, like, I don't know, Pampers diapers or something, and all of a sudden you'll get an advertisement in 3 minutes for diapers, and you're like, but I don't even need them. It's just a word that came out of my mouth in a conversation. And wow, are these systems ever great at keeping us hooked too, right? As long as you know that, and as long as you're watching and saying, no, I know what they're doing, but I want to watch anyway, that's fine. It's when we get stuck and watching for hours and things like that, and then starting to lose some of the other things in life that we might have needed to spend time on because of our screen time, let's just say. These are just ideas, but it's something I think about every day. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen, and this is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. I refer to him as a shining jewel, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. I feel that way about all of our moderators. They've all been with us several years, and they all care very deeply about the YouTube journey. They all have different channels, and they all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. So with Scratch and PPA, we're going to see an interesting twist in lottery ticket scratching, which is a huge category and genre on YouTube. He pits two lottery tickets against each other and gives us the chance to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. You can see that presentation is at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in the thumbnails, which give us a hint about the giveaways in his video series, and his banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 3.5 years ago. And this creator is premiering every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. This fellow Canadian is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats, super thanks, super stickers when we get there. And then this creator premieres, like I said, if you can catch us for one of those premieres, they're always on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. You're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. So it's very fast-paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. I've got the notification on for this week's premiere, and he always sets those up on Saturday so that they're ready a few days early for Tuesday. And then he expanded the content on his channel last year when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some unique vlogging style shorts videos, which gave us a look at all the different areas he visited, and some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen as well, and his very first live stream. So I know a lot of people will be very excited to have seen Scratch and PPA expand the content on his channel, and he's now working towards 2,200 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Next up is Marketplace Boutique. This is Jody. This is a creator that wants to help us with e-commerce more than everything else. The idea of buying low, selling high, hopefully by making a profit while giving somebody a good deal on platforms like eBay. And I could tell you, in my experience, even part of my full-time gig right now is doing a small amount of Amazon and eBay work. Things like listing and shipping products are easy tasks to learn and do. And Marketplace Boutique will help you with that as well. But the magic comes in finding the right things to buy and then sell. Sometimes even buying collections of things all at once. It's a great way to get a great deal, and then splitting those things up. And Marketplace Boutique has been doing this kind of thing since 1998. They let us know that on their About page, along with a bit more of the story. They are going to take us to different estate sales, different flea markets. They literally take us shopping to show us how to find some of the things that they buy and then sell. Here's a favorite video here to give you inspiration as well if you want to do this. Now, Jody's expanded the content on the channel, especially over the last year or so. Shorts give the best example of this. Pure variety, getting into 11, 12, and 14,000 views, one over 19,000. And then live streams on the channel bring a little more variety. Sometimes she's out just taking a walk or giving us a chance to hang out and hearing a story to be told. She's often collaborating with Backyard Trucker, and she's got a live stream coming up in a few days, so we got the notification on for that. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. I am Betty J Gathers. I've got you on the wheel. Ben Bacon Bits, I'm going to put you back on there. Lucy Warren's World, I put you back on as well. Sometimes I take names off of the wheel if I haven't seen them for a while, but members will always be added back if you haven't been seen yet, as soon as we notice you in the chat. Backyard Trucker, like I said, collaborates with Marketplace Boutique frequently, usually in live streams. This is another Andy, and this is somebody who says they're just a hardworking guy doing things that they love. They used to tell us they put anything and everything online for us to enjoy. I'm going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. One of the things I wanted to mention about that as well, when you go into your menu, and you can see this on a phone as well, everybody has what we call a watch later list. I don't have any videos in there right now because I use mine for a specific purpose. I always use it for brand new channels that I haven't connected yet. But you could use this watch later list the same way that I talk about using playlist to keep caught up with creators. That's a private playlist that everybody has automatically on your YouTube channel. Backyard Trucker as well has got some shorts here. These have gotten into 12,000, 13,000 views. Most of the dash cam footage does really well for them. I just saw an article, by the way, right before we started Tuber Chat today, and I don't know if this is true, and I think it was in Ottawa, but I might be mistaken, but they said that a bunch of people were charged with, like, criminally charged or whatever we call that, for filming an accident scene. So we have to be really careful about that. You know, the world is constantly changing, especially as social media and things like that become an even bigger part of society and our lives and everything else. The day is here. I've said this for many years, not that it's not obvious, but cameras are everywhere. But what I wasn't expecting about that is that everybody's also trigger happy as well. So often what you're going to find is that when anything happens, positive, negative, or just loud, let's say, everybody pulls their phone out and they're ready to record. And now we're starting to hear stories about like car accidents and things like that, where people are not asking if people are okay or wanting to help. They're just pulling the phone out so that they can get some views. Now, if you were to go back, I forget how many decades ago, and watch a movie called Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, but they talk about the idea of cameras being everywhere for the purpose of government surveillance. Now, we've done it to ourselves. We all want cameras everywhere. And this is something just to think about. I don't know if it's true. You'll have to look it up because I saw the headline. I didn't even read the article. But it could be possible that people are now going to be charged for that kind of thing. So you got to think about that. Magic of Healing, Zamena, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description for connecting with other creators. Backyard Trucker, I was just mentioning that because dash cam footage is a big thing on this channel. This creator's experimenting a lot with live streams. They're on just about every day. A lot of the vertical streams are doing really well for them. Look at the view counts on these. And they've been experimenting with these for a while. So hopefully everybody will connect with Backyard Trucker and Marketplace Boutique. I put these channels up together today because they're collaborating frequently. I don't always do it, just once in a while. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get to another channel in a second. Joyful Steffies is here. Fire and Air, an original for the last 4.5 years, is with Superchat today again, and they've been making frequent appearances, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I am Betty J. Gathers, another dear friend who's been with us for what I believe is 4 years now, and she is now over 2,300 subscribers, which is great to see. Monetized, of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I am Betty J. Gathers has brought a lot of content over the years, and lately is talking about living her best life over 60, although I find that her content could relate probably to everyone. I thought I put this video on my catch-up list already, but I must be mistaken. I think she did another shoe review. That's what. Yeah, she had shoes in the last one. There we go. And then she's got another one here. That's what confused me. So I've got this new video from yesterday on my catch-up list. I am Betty J. Gathers will bring us into her home. She'll take us out on adventures. She is always smiling, always laughing, always inspiring, always motivating. She wants to talk about healthy eating, healthy living. Things like intermittent fasting are a common subject on the channel. She's got lots of shorts here that have done really well, featuring her, getting into 10,000 views and beyond, and then lots of live streams set up for the coming days. She's got one on the 4th, which I think is Thursday, and then Wednesday. And it looks like she's going to have a guest on the channel. Canadian Family Life looks like she's going to be joining them in a couple of weeks as well. So it's always great to see creators collaborating with each other. It's a fantastic way to grow your channel rapidly. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're almost certain to get a handful of new subscribers as a minimum. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And Quiet Listener is going to come up right now. We got to make sure we get the spelling on this channel correct. But Quiet Listener is another longtime friend. Pardon me. They've been with us for what I think is a couple of years. It could be as many as 3, and I might be mistaken about that. Sometimes I lose track of how long some of our friendships have gone on. Thank you, Cliff Hefner. And I'm just looking at Magic of Healing Ximena. Is a brand new channel in the chat. And then I'm not sure what you mean by could anybody advise, but our video instructions, or pardon me, our connecting instructions are in our video descriptions always, if you want to see what exactly we're doing here and how exactly we connect with each other. If I'm missing the context, just forgive me for that. Let me know if there's something you were wondering from me personally. And then Little Lego, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Quiet Listener up on the screen right now is going to bring us a place to unwind with a lot of Native American Indian flute music and relaxing chat. We can see there's lots more variety on the channel, as a matter of fact. But I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. It's been a while since they've posted, but that's okay. I'm just going to watch another piece of content. Shorts on their channel have gotten into 2,000 views, even 3,500 views with more variety. And then when we get into live streams, we see this is where the magic happens on this channel. They're live frequently, especially lately. So I just caught them. I think it was for this one. I see my red line is not all the way across, so I'm going to put this in my catch-up list as well, and I will just rerun that at the end of my list. What I often do is I go to that list that I'm talking about, and I'll show you what I mean right now. If I go into my playlist and I go to my catch-up playlist I keep talking about here, you'll see I saw that video from Canadian Family Life, but I want to rewatch that. I think I was there for the premiere. What I will do is reorder these videos. So I'll put the shortest ones at the top. What that allows me to do is after I've determined that I've got a bit of time that I can sit and watch videos. I can watch literally 15 or 20 videos in an hour because they're all 1, 2, 3, and 4 minutes before I get into the longer stuff. And then things like live stream replays will go at the end because I'll literally just let those run out. But these are just ideas. So I just wanted to mention that in case anybody wondered. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Hopefully I'm not missing anything anybody meant for me to see. We're going to go for one more break right now. And before we do that, I'm going to play for you one more clip from our interview series. This was from the very first episode that came out a few months ago. We're putting these out once a month. And these conversations go on from anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. All of the creators that are featured are longtime friends of Superchat, at least 3 years. The next episode comes out this Saturday featuring Edna's World. And all of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Tuberchat channel. So thank you for that.
And encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member. $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're just about back. I think I forgot to spin the wheel again. So we're looking at Sam's Logs, Trains, and More. I spun in the background here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Mark the Shark, our dear friend, is there. And then Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is our longest standing member on the channel, but he's also a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's been with us pretty much from the beginning, as most of our moderators have been. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More, obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When we look at his sub count, we see he's well over 2,000 subscribers now, working on 2,100. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. This is a creator who's increased their productions over the years. So he's posting more and more, including outdoor live streams. So go and look at that. There are a lot of trains on the channel, and he does a little bit more variety. Sometimes he'll do an unboxing video or some channel updates. With the live streams, he does Q&A games or trivia games and things like that as well. When he takes videos of or films videos of the trains, it could be of the trains themselves, the stations they depart from. He could be indoors, he could be outdoors, he could be taking a trip or taking a look around. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More now has 1,500 videos on his channel. I bet if I ask him today, did you ever think there was going to be a day where you'd have 1,500 videos in total on the channel? I bet that was something that was unexpected from the beginning. And thank you, Michael's Adventures. I'll see how time goes, but we're doing okay right now, and I'll be able to get a few more channels on the screen, I'm sure, before we have to go for Jesse's premiere. So Sam's Logs, Trains, and More will bring pure variety into the shorts videos on the channel, but these have gotten into 3,800, 4,900, 6,300 views and beyond. And then he's got a birthday celebration live stream coming up later this month. So I've got the notification bell on, I've got the notification bell on for every channel. I got the notification on for this as well. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So in just over 2 weeks from now, Sam will have his birthday celebration, and then hopefully we can make sure we catch that. Like I said, during his live streams, he might be outdoors doing some more train spotting. He might be giving us a trivia game or a Q&A or some channel updates or celebrating a milestone. So hopefully we can push Sam's Logs, Trains, and More towards that 2,100. And I know he'll be excited to hit that milestone. We'll spin the wheel. I always forget this. I must have pictures somewhere. When I was a really young child, my parents had my in my bedroom wallpaper of trains, but it didn't look like children's wallpaper. It wasn't like Thomas the Tank Engine or anything like that. Obviously, I'm much older than that. But back in the day, I had this train wallpaper, and it was, for lack of a better term, I think it was not black and white, but like that sepia tone where it's kind of like beigeish or brownish, and of real trains, though, real engines. And things like that. And it's interesting because I always forget that. I don't have any fascination over trains that I can think of today, but I might have when I was younger and not realized. Or my parents might have just done it because it was a cool thing to do, but I remember that. And then, so Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is playing with a schedule right now, which is great to see. And it's great when we experiment with different ideas on our channel. So Michael's Adventures is another beloved and dedicated moderator here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Now, Michael's Adventures, like I said, is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's been with us pretty much from the beginning, so that's over 4 years now. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. That goes for without saying now, basically for all of our moderators here. They're all dear friends of each other as well. Michael's Adventures posts every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern, and on days where he's not working, like today Sunday, he'll be on at 9 p.m. as well. Most of his videos are averaging half an hour these days. Once in a while he gets into an hour or 2 hours long. Lots of wildlife on the channel. He gets into foxes, raccoons, deer, bird watching, and then often he'll take us out. He does a great job, by the way, of premiering in advance. He's got up to 2 months in advance. I wanted to show everybody something as well, and I forgot to do it on another channel. So I'll show you what I just did for Michael literally yesterday. I find that I fall behind, right? Like, you know, I'm literally subscribed to 5,500 channels now or more. But with our moderators, I try to catch up once in a while. So when you look at somebody's homepage, there's lots of ways to dress up the homepage. YouTube gives us some tools. But even though we talk about the idea of swapping playlists here, one of the things you can do is just go to somebody's channel and hit the videos button or uploads button if it's there, if they haven't changed their channel. And what that will allow you to do is literally just start running everything they've got. I think it will run up to 100 videos or something like that. The only caveat is that it gets stuck on premieres. So you see, like yesterday I would have run 7 videos for Michael's Adventures. I think I was there this morning for his premiere though. You know, and then we dig back through and you'll see, like, you know, I ran so many in a row overnight, and then a couple of them here that I probably either wasn't there for or have missed a few, you know, that kind of thing. But when we're thinking about watch hours for people, like our Georgia Suburban Homestead was talking about watch hours earlier, if they have it, we could just go to the front page, click the play all button here beside the videos, and that will literally get us rolling everything they got. Videos on Michael's Adventures channel. He's got an abundant number of videos posting every day, over 3,700 now, if you could believe it. If you dig through these far enough, you're going to find Michael's Adventures taking us outdoors, sometimes for a drive along like this, or sometimes for a look around his area, and a bit of a vlog, actually, if we want to call it that. Stories to be told from this creator, and then shorts on the channel as well. I've gotten into now 1,600, and one of them over 6,200 views. A bit of lottery ticket scratching there. Once in a while he's outdoors, and he's got a slot game on a tablet there in the pole position, as I like to say. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. He'll be willing to swap playlists. Anybody that wants to do that, I'll tell you how to do it. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. This is another channel I'm still getting to know. When we look at Cruz Bolero, 133 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200. We know that they must be thinking about. They're bringing us a lot of outdoor footage more than anything else, almost travel-based content. And let's look at the shorts videos on the channel. More variety here, getting into even 400 views and beyond, which is great. Cruz Bolero's here with us frequently. They've been making frequent appearances lately, but I see them out supporting other creators as well. So I'm hoping everyone will connect with them, push them towards the 200 subscribers we know they're thinking about, and I will get our next channel ready to go. We're getting towards the last half hour now, so we're going to get as many channels on the screen as I can, but we're going to step up, speed up the pace here a bit. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Hannah, Rebecca, and Jevin Richardson have been added to the wheel now. So let's spin and we'll see who's coming up. And then we'll get to the next channel. We'll keep it going. And in another 10 minutes or so, I'll start dropping the link for Jessie Miller unboxings and more. She's got a premiere that's coming up right after Superchat, and many of the creators, most I would say here in the Superchat family, will allow you to meet more friends and family members the way we do here in their live chats, whether it's for premieres or live streams. But we know that Jesse Miller's one of those, so you'll meet some new friends today, I'm sure. So Ben Bacon Bits is a brand new channel for the Tuber Chat family. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. Most of these videos are quite short, so if somebody was going to connect with these, because they're not 3 minutes, what I would recommend is taking the longest one, connecting with that one, and then taking the other two and running them anyway, because it's the same 3 minutes or less that you would have been doing if you were watching a regular video. In my case, I'm going to take your latest live stream. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week or more. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Hannah Rebecca is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. I know they've been very active in the chat today, and I really do appreciate that. So Hannah Rebecca is now at 1,900. That puts them officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. They got quite a lengthy vlog here as their latest video, but I'm going to take this one and put it into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. Like I said, they're working on 2,000 subscribers. When you hit a 100 milestone, we say that you're officially on the road to the next. So that puts them officially on the road to 2K. Typically vlogging on this channel, but they could be doing anything at all. They could have a family event. They could be in the kitchen. They could be taking us outdoors. They could be checking out some shoes like I Am Betty J Gathers was earlier. And as you can see, this is another dynamic creator. And then let's look at shorts on the channel. These bring more variety, and they've gotten into 700 views. One of them tripped me up there. 35,000 views on one shorts video, which is really, really cool. Looks like from a festival. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hannah Rebecca, and like I said, we'll push them towards that 2,000. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get the next channel ready to go. What we're going to do right now is take one more break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll make it a quick one. We'll come back with the adventures of Traveling Mike. All right, next up, The Adventures of Traveling Mike. This creator also started a second channel. Now, this is interesting because they've got the official artist channel over here. So they've, amalgamated their content, it looks like. Now, I'm still learning about the YouTube system and, legitimate publishing of music. All of the music you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available, as copyright-free music, and you can use that in your videos and live streams. It's available on all major music platforms as well, and we have our official artist badge like this, and like some of our friends have. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I didn't realize I didn't put the screen on for a second there. When we look at the idea behind having music, more than one channel, using our own music and then getting claims, my understanding is that once you get to a certain level, and that might be either monetized or otherwise on your official artist channel, you'll be able to whitelist other channels that can use the music without having a problem on YouTube. Now, I could be mistaken about that. I'm certainly not an authority, and I haven't had to do that yet. So you have to have a look at that. Michael's Adventures making me laugh. The Adventures of Traveling Mike is already known to us as somebody who will take us into some literally deep and dark places. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. This one's music-based. But, The Adventures of Traveling Mike. He'll take us out to interesting places, travel-based content more than anything else. We see some casino footage there too as well. We're going to have to see what happens with the channel as far as amalgamating the content over here. But they've got shorts over here as well that have gotten into 2,600, 6,600 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator seems to be live fairly frequently. They've been on at least a couple times a week or a few times a week lately. They got one coming up tonight, so they'll be on right after Michael's Adventures premiere, or a half an hour after or so. Lots of content from lots of our friends today, including Jesse Miller, who's coming up in about 15 minutes with a premiere. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, thank you, Butler Family Farm. I know you're always here for the bulk of the stream. Lucy Warren's World is coming up right now, but I'm also going to get Short Fry onto the wheel. And let's see what Lucy Warren's World has got going on. We've still got a few minutes here, so I'm going to get to as many channels as I can. Lucy Warren's World is somebody who's here with us frequently, monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they post occasionally, so we'll see if they're going to put up another video. Pardon me. We'll see if they're going to put up another video again soon. It's been just a couple of days since they did this video gameplay, but they typically post either once a month or every few weeks or so. When we look at the About page, we'll get an idea about the creator and the intention of the channel. When we get to shorts on here, we see more variety, and these have gotten into 15,000, 35,000, one of them at 158,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Lots of video gameplay here. They're mixing up the titles, lots of popular ones. And then they've got one coming up actually tonight as well, right before Michael's Adventures premiere. So again, lots of content coming out today from lots of our friends. So spin the wheel, we'll get another channel up onto the screen. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Short Fry, let's see if I can match the avatar here. There they are. And hopefully everybody will connect with them. This is the first time we're looking at their channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take this video and I'm going to put it into my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And I've got our Louisiana life on the wheel now. Dark Swordsman Gaming came in and dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And I think I just shared a video out for them today too. I'm just going to grab this latest one. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to see what they got with this video gameplay. You can see that their thumbnails always have a different frame depending on the different popular video game that they're playing. They've started with shorts. They just put out one so far, and they've got a lot of live streams. They're live streaming just about daily, it looks like, and I've been lucky to catch them many times. This one here, I must have been in and out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in my catch-up list as well, and I'm going to rerun it so that you get the full watch hour, or almost 2 from that video. And Dark Swordsman Gaming's really mixing up a lot of popular titles, but they're also introducing us to games as well. This is the first channel I remember seeing Stardew Valley on. 185 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200 we know they must be thinking about. And I'm going to get the link for us now from Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. Anybody can go over anytime because the live chat's already running for the premiere. There's a few people over there, and we'll go over there and raid together in about 10 minutes. Jevin Richardson's coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And story time with Uncle Bill is in the house. Good to see you, and glad to see you making another milestone. Jevin Richardson's up on the screen. This is a creator who brings us plane spotting, and they've got quite a few videos here. They post frequently. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, and it looks like they're doing something a little bit different on these videos here. They've been posting frequently. They're working on 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone, and they're showing us different airplanes in different aspects in all of their videos, or most of them. When we get into shorts on this channel, we see a little bit of variety, but a couple of the PlayStation shorts have done really well. 18,000 and 42,000 views, which is great. That's likely led to a lot of subscribers as well. I got Southern Belle on the wheel, and we still got a bit of time, so if there's anybody listening or watching that hasn't been on, just say anything at all. I'll get you on the wheel right now. Southern Belle's actually coming up right this second. The Stock Explorer's got to be laughing because I think they must have been here since the beginning of the stream. Some of the usual suspects, like Canadian Family Life and Butler Family Farm, got up early today onto the screen from the wheel, and Stock Explorer's just waiting it out right to the last few minutes here. Southern Belle is up with almost 1,300 subscribers, or halfway there. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm assuming you need watch hours, so I'll grab the longer of the 2. You'll get almost a full watch hour for that. And then this creator is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they're going to talk about live auctions and buy it now premieres, which is interesting because we've got a few channels that do this this kind of thing where you can bid on items that they put up. You can see some of those in the thumbnails during the live stream. So I'll have a look at these. They got a few coming up, including tomorrow and the next day. I got notifications on for all of these. We always put notifications on for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can also. So there you go. I spoke too soon. The Stock Explorer is coming up right now. And then, so Southern Belle says they're only doing live streams now. Okay, forgive me for that. I'm going to try to remember that. Sometimes I slip. I did that with The Adventures of Traveling Mike. I almost mistook that for another channel for a quick second there. Yeah, I'll try to remember Southern Belle is only doing live streams now. But that's a popular thing to do and really, really cool and fast-paced and high energy too. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. We still got one more. Our Louisiana Life will still be seen, and if there's anybody else listening or watching that hasn't already been on the screen or the wheel, I can get you on right now. We still got a few minutes before Jesse Miller Unboxings and More does her premiere. Joyful Steffies will get you on there right this second, and I'll actually take a second to drop the link again for our raid. Just please say Tuber Chat Raid when you get over there. And everybody will be welcome to meet more friends in Jesse Miller Unboxings of More's premiere. The Stock Explorer is Nora, and this is a creator who typically wants to talk about the stock markets, a little bit of crypto. They do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way with both video shorts and live streams. They often have product in hand, and then this creator will give us everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like NFTs and options trading. When we look through the channel, we see a little bit more variety. But Nora will often bring us videos dedicated to specific stocks or talking about dips in the market or jumps and things like that. The shorts on this channel bring a lot more variety. These have gotten into 2,800, 4,000 views, even 11,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Nora could be doing anything from talking about stocks and crypto, or having friendly conversation in StreamYard panels, or lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels, just to bring some more variety to the channel. I actually joined them a little while ago. It was about a year ago. We got together on Nora's channel and talked YouTube for about 2 hours. And Nora's been a dear friend for a long time, another beloved and dedicated moderator and member here, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube now, as most of our moderators are. They all have different channels and they all do different things, but you're welcome to meet more friends and family members in any of their premieres or live streams. So spin the wheel. BH Road Stories is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. Thank you, The Adventures of Traveling Mike. They've been with us frequently lately again. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I'm just going to drop the link for this channel. It's tough to find. We do a better job for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's channels. So if you can, that would be the best thing for them. I didn't realize this is the first time we're looking at their channel. They've been with us a couple times before. I'm going to put the latest video into my watch later list. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what this will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, I will give you a thumbs up. Subscribe and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you look at the shorts on that channel, you see they've gotten into literally tens of thousands of views. Pardon me, I think I spun and I ripped off Fire and Air's chance there. So Fire and Air will be up first, then our Louisiana Life, and then we'll see where we're at. Fire and Air is a longtime friend. They've been with us from the beginning of Superchat 4.5 years ago. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Fire and Air is originally Fire and Air Tarot, so they're going to bring us different decks and they can give us some insight as to what's been going on in our life, what might be happening today, what might be to come. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. They got some shorts over here as well, getting into over 1,000 views, which is great. They're also on the road to 1,900 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them towards that milestone. And then when we look at their live stream, we see that it's been a while, but we'll see if they're going to bring those back. Fire and Air literally might have been the first creator to come into a Tuber Chat live stream 4.5 years ago. I was mistaken for a while because I forgot. Right before we did episode number 1, I did a test stream. We called that episode 0, and Fire and Air might have been the first one in, or pretty close to it. I'm spinning the wheel, but I'm actually supposed to put our Louisiana Life up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. When we look at our Louisiana Life, we see they're officially on the road to 1K. They're going to have it soon. So 962 subscribers. They're officially on the road to 1,000. That'll be an exciting and important milestone, of course. I've got Blessed to Crochet, Glorious Platter, and Joyful Steffi's on the wheel still. Luckily, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More will have an intro on their premiere, so that'll buy us an extra moment or two, but I'm really going to rifle through these channels now. Our Louisiana Life is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. Looks like a farming and homesteading channel to me more than anything else. Trey, this is their channel with their wife and their kids, and they're going to bring us sports, jobs, and life in general. And then when we look through the thumbnails, we get an idea of some of the different things they're going to do. And I'm looking forward to getting to know the channel better. They got shorts over here as well. These have started to get into, wow, 22, 26, 35,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully they'll keep those up as well, and those will continue to explode. It seems like each one is doing that, which is great. Glorious Platter, our dear friend, she's been with us for about 4 years as well. She does a spectacular job in her live streams, but she also does a great job in her videos of talking about giving people a reason to comment, right? She'll always have some kind of an interesting thing to do in her videos. I'll leave it to you to see those. Typically, she's brought us a lot of cooking types of videos in her kitchen, but she's also taken us out for a lot of outdoor adventures. I actually had my first look at an Amazon shopping experience through her channel. Glorious Platter is monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 16, 18, and 23,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see she's collaborated with other creators, and these live streams are where she does a really thorough job, but also is considerate about the prep. She gets all the ingredients and things she needs ready, and then gives us the full process showing us the different things that she makes. She's been a dear friend for all this time, and obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Blessed to Crochet is somebody who's with us just about every day. I'm going to see what they've got going on their channel right this second. And when we look at this, we see they're also monetized, officially on the road to 1K. They're at 910 subscribers right now. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got videos on the channel, a couple of newer ones that I've missed over the last couple days. I'm going to put yesterday's video into my watch later list, or pardon me, my catch up playlist, so I can keep caught up with you. I see that they've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views and beyond. Live streams are something that they're bringing to us fairly frequently as well. And when we look at these, we see that she's on every couple of days or so. I see one that I was probably in for a moment. I'm going to add that into my catch-up list, and I'll just rerun it so you get the watch hours there. And she's got one coming up tonight, so just in a few hours from now. Lots of content from lots of our friends, like I keep saying today. And then let's look at Joyful Steffies and see what they've got going on. I'm going to drop the link again. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More. Her premiere just started. Please say Tuber Chat Raid when you get there. Oh, goodness. My copy and paste doesn't work. Joyful Steffies is coming up maybe right now. There they are. Thank you, everybody, by the way, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day or for 3 hours at a time, so I do appreciate every moment. I'm going to leave this live stream running, as I always do, for 3 minutes, so everybody can continue cleaning up their connections here, and I hope you'll come over to Jessie Miller Unboxings and More and join us for her premiere. You'll be able to meet more friends over there as well, and I'll be over there also. Joyful Steffies is on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's an exciting milestone. We love to push her a little bit closer. I'm going to grab the latest video to get caught up with. She brings us fashion, jewelry, shoe hauls, Christian devotion, as well as arts and crafts. Shorts on this channel have gotten into over 1,200 views, which is great to see on one of them, and then live streams. So she's live fairly frequently, every week or so. So we'll be looking for another one probably very soon. So thanks everyone again. Forgive me for the channels we did not get to. We'll make a quick exit for today. Home Bartending with John is just sliding in. We'll look at their channel really quickly, and then we'll head over to Jessie Miller Unboxings and More. Thanks to all of our moderators. Again, our streams here couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help, of course. I think everybody sees that. Home Bartending with John is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and silver member here in Tuber Chat for as long as I can remember. He brings us two one-of-a-kind channels. One of them where he teaches us how to make the world's most popular cocktails with different recipes, and then product reviews on the channel and collections as well. He'll show us low-calorie cocktails, non-alcoholic mocktails, and bring us comparisons of beers, liquors, and liqueurs. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,400, one at 8,300 views, and live streams are an idea from the past. We'll see if he's going to pick those back up. When I look at The Pipe Guy, we see a second channel from the same creator behind Home Bartending with John, where he wants to bring us something I had not ever seen before, which is industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art. And you get an idea of this when we look at that channel. You got to get the spelling right here, but you see these unique creations that he's got with a couple of shorts and one video so far. We'll be looking forward to more from this channel from our dear friend Home Bartending with John. Thanks everyone. We'll make a quick exit. We'll see you with Jessie Miller Unboxings and More. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.